Hey. Hello, welcome. It is time for Ironsworn. It is that day once again. I'm not alone. I am not a lonely boy anymore. I got a friend over here. It's Josh playing Kataka. He's got a picture up there. I'm planning on getting to Kataka this session. We're gonna do our best to make it happen earlier rather than later, to the best of our ability. In the meantime of the last couple steps that I believe our boy boss has before he can get that, Josh is going to be here to help dictate some things as well. He'll have an equal voice at the table as usual.
An equal hammer.
An equal hammer as well. Yes.
To slam on you.
We want to get our girl Kataka out of that tower as soon as possible. But I want to quick hit up Josh with a brief recap as to what's happened since the last time he saw me.
Yes,
so
it has been a little bit.
It has been a little bit.
I only remember the tortures.
Okay, great. Well, the tortures will be part of the brief recap. So very, very, very brief, but we'll detail it as we go. And then I'm going to read my journal, and then we're going to start. So, the last thing you were here for as Kataka was the... we went into the Tower of Dishmashq, and we had just been addressed by the Wizard Atan. We had just been addressed. That was the last thing, and we cut off right there before we even spoke to him. So, what happened after that, my dear friend? He froze you in time. He wanted everything apparently to do with me. Atan wanted to be free, and I wanted to effectively be able to either get rid of my curse or learn to control it. One of the two, so it doesn't destroy me. Him immediately identifying that I was sort of infested by the Black Iron, because he apparently is too, has immediately seen me as an opportunity, a protege to deal with his current issue. So he froze you in time, got you out of the picture because he wanted to deal with me, and I went through some tests with him, and the tests were very, very close to torture, but we blacked out on those scenes to control it, boiling down to a moment that was pretty tense where he wanted me to choose between your life or Chenda's life. Chenda being the woman who sent us on this quest in the first place. This person's
right,
descendant.
I remember her from Fool's Fall, right?
Yep. From Fool's Fall. So he wanted me to choose between those two lives, to consume a soul to finish. I refused, and that was apparently the final test, was to be able to have enough control over myself to not consume a soul. So after passing that test, I had to then fulfill my side of the bargain. It turned out that he was holding you kind of hostage, to make sure that I didn't just leave with his teachings and never return, because unfortunately Atan is trapped in this sort of waterfall state. If he there's a giant, huge wall of water about to smash on top of his home and just kill him and take the tower and all this with him. But if he leaves the tower at any point to deal with the issue, time continues. It has to do with a trap that he set. He kind of got himself in this scenario. It's a lot to explain, but I'll be brief about it. So effectively, he wants me to go out and deal with the problem. Nature itself has literally, throughout Atan's studies of the Black Iron, nature itself has manifested in spirits and attacked him, and this is just one of those. And he set these sort of time traps to stop it from happening, and effectively one went off and he's trapped. So I had to go out and deal with this river spirit. I traveled very, very far down the river, outside of sort of
that's where I stopped. You were like going to the river to find whatever it was. Yeah.
Perfect. That so from then it's very simple. I traveled up that river. I passed by a few places. A place called Grimtree Outpost that was completely abandoned. It had been trampled over by like a pack of animals or something. I just left it. Didn't touch it.
Grimtree Outpost. Okay.
Just sort of left it. It was built around a dead tree. I was like, it smells like death. I'm not going near it. So I avoided that, and then I continued down the way and actually found the source of the river, which was a water djinn. Trapped inside of a huge crystal, and it was producing the water in sort of a sleep state. I was able to sneak up on this thing, get on top of the ice that it was on, since it was like an actual like pond, that it was like the source of the river dripping off of its sort of ice prison. I got up and I took my sword for the first time, the sword that you gave me, that's infused with the spirits of the black iron and the elf soul, and I assassinated it. I didn't even have to fight it. I killed the thing, but as I did so, the river, the ice collapsed, and I fell in, and I plunged into the ice cold water, and I was presumed drowned. But I used my new shadow powers to bust out in the form of a shadow bear. I crashed my way out of there, and I manifested the power of a beast of shadow, and I smashed my way out of the ice and pulled myself up on shore, effectively watching with sort of, as I caught my breath, almost dying. I watched as the river dried up, and that part of the problem is over. So that's where we left off, boss on the shore. That part of the problem. The remaining part is that I need to fix the dam, which shouldn't be too bad. I got to get back to Dishmosh, fix the dam, and then just approach Atan and be like, "Please free Kataka." I've held up my part of the bargain. Free my friend. That's what's left before we can save you. The faster Kataka is out, the less punishment Josh will dish out. Can I read my journal too? No, gameplay you can't, bud. I'm so sorry. Question: how you want to move the water? How you gonna move the water? The water already dried up. At this point, the water that's already there. Yeah, I fixed the dam. I put the exactly limited. I put the dam back together, and
okay.
And then I will. I'm not back yet. Once I return there, I will fix the dam, and then there's no more water flow coming, so it shouldn't break open the dam, and we should be okay. That is the goal of this here situation.
Fix the dam.
Fix the dam. So I think that's where we pick up where we left off last, and I'm going to illustrate this first scene. But Josh, even though you don't have Kataka's control right now, feel free to be a voice of reason or the opposite of reason, however you wish. You have power at this table, even if Kataka isn't currently here. So very cool. Let's begin, shall we? I'll just do my last journal here. I'm not going to do both entries. At the source of the river was something I did not expect. A great crystal encased within a figure, an elemental of some kind, straight out of a fairy tale. Surrounding the crystal were shards of ice and a pond in which the river began. From the Jin crystal ran the waters of this mighty river. Atan said nature was after him. This seems excessive, but I am not here to question. I am here to stop the water's flow. I walk out onto the ice. It is fragile, and I don't wish to fall in. I look upon the Jin beyond the glass and see it is of flesh and bone, something to kill, like anything else. I lift my sword from its scabbard and hold it in the air with my power. In a moment of decisive instinct, I strike the being down with one clean kill. As its form shatters, so does the ice beneath my feet. I am taken under. The darkness overtakes me in the form of a great bear. I feel my body filled with strength I never knew. I use it to force myself from the river, tearing away the ice. In the end, I am alive on the shore, and the river begins to shrink. I have held up my end of the bargain. Now Atan must hold up his. And the note I left here was, fix the dam! Jin takes revenge in a failure. That was a thing. The Jin might not be dead if I fuck it up. Tie in Atan's holding up of the bargain with completing the vow. So that was a mechanical thing. So that's I'm still on the vow to basically get Atan out of trouble. I've decided that his decision making will be based on how I complete this vow. Recruit a beaver for help. Hey, thanks, man. Only if it's a complication. Exactly. Well, if it's really bad, we'll see how it works out. All right. So yeah, I think we pick up on that scene where you see Boss. He's just made it out of the river, alive. And yeah, I think that's the first thoughts that goes through his head. He says, "I've held up my end of the bargain. Atan must hold up his." I just get up, sort of dry myself off a bit, and look at the road ahead that I need to make
get some music going,
make it back to Dishmash. Now, instead of doing an entire journey back to Dishmash, I would rather solicit a different kind of move. One of the moves from Delve. I would rather escape the depths personally, because I do not want to illustrate an entire dangerous journey in getting home. I wanna expedite this process. We have gone somewhere, we are recoiling back, so I think escape the depths can be used in a journey when you are just sort of intending to return to a place quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think this is the first move that I'm going to make here, and we'll see how I roll. I flee or withdraw from a site. Yep. Consider the situation and your approach. Find the fastest way out is edge. Steel yourself against the horrors. No, doesn't make any sense. Fight my way out. No. Retrace my steps or an alternate path. I think the wits is going to be best. Keep out of sight. I honestly think it's going to be a wits roll to snap back. I think it's literally just retracing my steps back to the tower. I followed the river initially, but now that it's dried up, it'll be more difficult to find it. I know that the river will still kind of be in place with the frozen time situation. So part of the river I think will still be there. So I just have to kind of find it. I think retracing the steps is going to be my best bet here. So I'm going to make my first move of the game in escaping these damn depths.
It's gonna be a miss. The first move of the game.
No. I need you to not listen. I want to get to you as fast as possible. Missing is very bad. Miss here could result. No, I don't want this to be a miss. God, is there something I can do to like stop it from being a miss? Now you got me worried. You immediately have me paranoid. Shadow walk. Oh, I don't want to be.
It's boss's luck. You should be paranoid.
Stop it. When you cloak yourself with the Gossamer Reveal of the Shadow Realms, no, I don't think
It's just more XP for you.
Sure, but I don't want you to sit there while I have to fight something.
Don't you like experience?
I guess not.
It's the experience.
Miss. Stop, Limited. I don't want to miss. Okay. Let's see.
GM rolled the.
Oh! Holy shit! I got a crit! As crit as I possibly could crit. I got a 6 on the action dice. Holy fuck!
That's amazing.
Dude, this is the best roll I could ever have.
So the source of the river, was it flowing up or down?
The source of the river? So the river itself was not natural. It was coming from the Jin. It was moving down effectively. Oh yeah, how do I make a point here? Oh yeah, here. Wait. I don't know. Anyway, it was going this way from here to here. So it was moving it was moving south.
So you totally ride the river back.
I totally feel like I ride the river back.
You cut your time in half because opportunity, you know?
Yeah, I feel like I'm like there like really fast. Like yeah, I wonder if I can like fucking ride like an ice block or something the rest of the way there. Boo.
We'll call you the Iron Surfer.
Iron Bear boss for the win. I feel like yeah, I know. Now I'm the Iron Bear. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. No, I think yeah, legit. Do you think that's what happens? Do you think I like ride like I catch the water and I'm able to ride like a piece of the ice?
Or it's like the final wave of it like comes up. Maybe you're surfing.
Yeah.
Surfing the rest of the way home.
Yeah. Maybe I literally am able to catch the river and literally ride the wave back.
You don't even need to trace your steps. You just.
Yeah, I don't lose the river. It doesn't dry up. I am on the edge as it's drying up. I love that shit. Yeah, we fucking make our way back in speed as the water dissipates. I think we see Boss catch probably a piece of ice still clinging to the river before it breaks up here, and the wave just draws him out. And yeah, he takes the fast way home. Awesome. Yeah, that would lead me right to the back of the mountain that Dishmosh is built on. Actually, no, it would lead me right into sort of the time zone, which is about a mile out from Dishmosh, and that's where we would sort of see that kind of break between where the water dries up and where it freezes in time, where the river is still technically intact. And yeah, he's made it back. What are my? Do I get any other like move benefits here? I get a momentum, so I do get a momentum from a strong hit.
Yep. You can burn it later.
I feel like because it's an opportunity, I want to get like an extra momentum to mechanically place in me having that time built on.
I want inspiration for free somewhere.
What do you? I feel like mechanically, it's a nice little boon. I think it.
Look
I think
at
it
you.
makes sense.
You're a DM and you're begging for inspiration. Come on, man.
Listen, it can't just be cosmetic. I got a crit, my man. I got a crit. You're just ready to be mean to me. I'm getting an extra momentum. Get out of here. I have the best crit I could possibly have right there. Okay, yeah.
It's the crittist. It's the crittist. Okay.
So it's the crittist. So yeah, I've returned. I don't think that's a milestone. I'm not gonna hit that. I think it's just me kicking butt, getting out of here. Just a little bardic inspiration. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. So yeah, I think the next part we see Boss turn the corner effectively, making his way around back to the mountain itself, back to Dishmosh, and he can see that sort of frozen scene once again before the tower, the waterfall splashing down onto it, still frozen in time, the pieces of the dam completely broken and shattered, still sort of sitting out in the space hovering above the tower itself, and we just sort of see the cracked iron and wood, yeah, I think he looks up and he says, I guess there is more work for me to do. My bargain is not done yet. And he sort of like pats his fingers together and gets ready for probably a while of putting this back together, I imagine.
Atan, I've come to bargain.
I've come to bargain, yeah. So I have to piece together this dam really quick, and I'm trying. This is the last sort of milestone of the adventure that I can think of. I'm trying to think of how I should lay out the repair of this dam, like what it should be effectively. I'm wondering if it should be a challenge scene. I'm wondering if it could just be if it's a single roll, it feels too easy. I don't know why. I mean, a single roll comes with equal risk as much as that.
That's the thing, yep. Less dice, less security.
Less dice, less security. What would your call be? Do you think it's something detailed enough that I would need to do an entire scene challenge where I'm kind of like moving these huge pieces of iron and wood and trying to sort of push back the water that's been in stasis?
I mean,
or do you think it should just be a single roll to signify like how well I do?
This is a huge feat. This is what's going to determine it.
You think it's...
I don't think a single roll can solve that.
I don't think so either.
There's going to be a degree of how well you do.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think it's going to be... I agree. I think it's going to be a challenge scene. I'm going to pull up challenge scenes here.
Yeah, I think that's too complex to just be...
Yeah.
You know.
No, I totally agree. Now I just need to pull up the right... I put that in the wrong place. Okay, cool. I think challenge scenes are already in this book. Challenge... No, apparently I didn't get it right. Okay, challenge scenes are definitely a thing. I just need to find them. File, open. It's on my desktop. I should have had it already previously open. Ironsworn. Let's get the core rule book here. Fuck yeah. The last one I remember was Kataka and was almost being crushed by boulders. Yeah, the last challenge scene we did was kind of nuts.
It was rough. Yeah, the whole...
We're going to start our challenge scene.
It almost came...
I have learned something. This is something Pig does too. I don't know why we didn't do it before. Starting things at either troublesome or dangerous and letting them get harder if the situation gets harder. Because starting something at formidable or extreme makes it such a time investment.
But moving the goalposts makes it feel so shitty.
Moving the goalpost is like I feel like it's like a great fuck. Like the situation got a lot worse, and like trying to think of, because a lot of times it's kind of a cool alternate to, well how do I suffer from this? Oh, I lose momentum. Oh, I lose one of my stat pools, versus the issue becomes worse. I think that's kind of cool. Die, yeah, that's up to you. I like starting things at troublesome though. Starting things at formidable is really hard to deal with. It's like that means at least like 7 to 8 steps need to happen for a thing to be done. And sometimes it's very hard to fill that in. I think it's in threats. Active threats. Introducing a threat. No. Oh, I think it's in denizens. It might be. No, it's not. I will find it. Is it in sites, objects of power? I can actually just search it. I think I'm spelling challenge wrong.
Chall.
Chall.
ENG.
ENG. Okay, there we go. What is it called again? A challenge something?
Challenge scene?
Scene, yeah.
Was it a challenge scene or a challenge?
Challenge something. There's 71 things for challenge, so it's. Yeah, I just want to find where the heck they put a. Yeah, there's a lot of things for challenge.
Is it called chase or something?
No. I just forget how it works. I thought it was called a challenge scene.
Scene? Is it just a scene challenge?
Is it called scene challenge? Scene. Oh, scene challenge, page 17. Yep, there it is.
We had the words backwards.
Yep,
yeah.
133 to 137. I was just like, I know it exists. Okay.
Well, we've done one before, so we know it does.
Oh, it was the anomaly. Here we go. Okay, got it. When you initiate an encounter with an anomaly, create a standard progress track 10 boxes. This progress track is used to make a progress roll when you resolve an encounter. Okay, yep, it's the create a countdown track. When you create a separate track with only 4 boxes, countdown track, when you mark the countdown track, you completely fill a single box. And the countdown track, I believe, fills when we only have so many times we can fail. I recall this. Okay, I think I remember how this works. I just have to recall that I believe in a challenge, you can only do 2 types of rolls. Yep. You can face danger. So choose your move. As you resist, oppose, or interact with an anomaly, first envision the situation and then your action. Then face danger or secure advantage using whatever stat is most appropriate to your approach. Okay. That's the only 2 things that you can do. And I believe, here's the thing I was looking for. This will tell me what I do when that happens. So I'm going to make two bits of stats here. We're going to start it as troublesome. And we'll just see if the situation becomes better. I think this fits being a scene challenge a lot better. I think it fits. And this is the countdown track, which can only go to 4. Good idea, Josh. Good idea. Okay, so I think the first thing that I'm going to do, I think it's just going to be face danger. I don't think I'm going to try to build anything with secure advantage quite yet. It's just on a strong hit or a weak, apply the outcome as per the move. On a miss, I mark the countdown box. So secure advantage can't advance me, but it can deter me. The only thing it can do is give me momentum, which is nice, and a boost to the next roll. But if I do a face danger, I can do pretty well here. So I think, what's the first move boss makes here? Like tackling this thing. I think it's just getting into position. I think is the first thing. Like getting into a position. What do you think?
Where you can see everything. Yep.
Yeah.
Determine how bad the damage actually is, and if you can actually reuse the existing material, or if you need to create new.
Yeah, I think it's wits.
Yeah. Assess the situation.
I think it's assess the situation right at the beginning.
Yep. You're not going to be using shadow here, probably.
No. I wish I could. If it's formidable, that's at least 7-8 steps. So you have a good chance of succeeding. 10 if you're thorough. What I do is if things become worse, I take off half the progress and up the difficulty. Damn. Cue Boss the Builder music, pretty much. So yeah, I'm becoming Boss the Builder.
Damn.
So let's do it. So I am facing danger with wits, and I'm using the stat situation. I need to keep this rule book up. I just realized, so I'm gonna keep it up. I can see you over here, so we're good. All right, I can do this. I'm the best. I've got this.
You can do this, boss. Come on.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, one of the challenge dice was a 10. You weren't gonna beat it. So.
Okay. So, yeah, I think it's me kind of getting up in this situation. Now troublesome feels too easy. No, it's fine. We're gonna keep it.
Nope, it's good.
It's good. So yeah, I think it's we see Boss. He gets up in the position. He sort of cracks his knuckles and he looks down at the all the sort of broken and shattered pieces, the water spilling out over. I think the water is so vast in this moment and just spreading out, almost sort of like a canopy on top of the tower. I can't even see it below. Like I can sort of see the vision of it a little bit down into through the water, but it's all kind of murky and distorted. So there's a lot happening here. What's up?
Do you have the heart of the Jinn or anything?
I do not have the heart of the Jinn. No. So in my head, this is the thought. And tell me if it doesn't sound right. I don't know where you can go back on it, but in my head, the Jinn was the source of the river, effectively. I've cut off the source of the river. The source of the river existed outside of the bubble of time. It was away from the sort of freeze zone, but I've cut off the river ever actually having a continued source to push water out from. Inside of this 1 mile bubble of time, the river still exists, but it would obviously have no source to come from anymore. It would eventually just dry out quite quickly because it's only a mile long at this point. But the situation that the tower is in is there's still hundreds of gallons of water on top of it because it's frozen. All I have to do is get this dam to be fixed, and there won't be enough pressure on the other side of the dam anymore to actually break it. So I have to displace the water in this area for the most part, and then put the dam back together. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So face danger is on a weak hit. I'm successful and mark my progress, but I also encounter a minor complication. Envision what happens and mark a countdown box to represent the setback. The complication, I think, is I wonder if it's just realizing how much I have to do. What do you think?
Keeping your footing.
Keeping my footing? Oh, in this moment, like not being able to find like a secure place?
You're walking on wet rock.
Yeah.
Maybe you aren't able to fully plant your feet.
Yeah, like wherever I am, I can't like actually secure myself, and I feel I like that. Like wherever I'm like I can't actually get a point. I can't have a sturdy point of reference in this mess to like come back to. No matter where I'm standing, it is extremely dangerous. So yeah, I think that's a setback of having to be extra careful wherever I am. We can see Boss on top of all of this just literally I'm walking in a frozen explosion. it's like what I'm walking in. It's
where are you gonna put your feet?
Stubs his toe, foreboding horns of the countdown box sounds. No. So I'm marked for 3. I'm 3 progress, but I'm 1 countdown track, so I can only have that happen 4 more times. And from here, I feel like my work begins. I feel like I'm eliciting my get shit done. I wonder if it's iron. I want to say it's shadow because shadow is my power, but I feel like I'm still having to do iron to kind of like
endurance. You're trying to power through it.
Endure and power through. This is like me first use. Like I think I can use my magic with iron. I like that idea where I'm having to just. All right, yeah. Now kind of try to shift this stuff
Sticking
around.
all of your all of your energy to.
Yeah, and I can only really manipulate the iron here, so it's got to be very strategic in what's going on. The water itself, God, imagine I'm going to have to like really like move the iron to like displace the water. It's almost like taking the explosion and packing it back in, like pushing all the pieces back together. Oh my God. Okay, that sounds good. Iron it is. Continue to face danger with iron. Okay.
Another 10 and a 4.
Another 10 and a 4, but it's a weak hit. So we're progressing actually pretty well here. I'm actually it's not so bad because pay the price I think definitely makes the situation more difficult, but we're 6 boxes in.
You're not backsliding or anything yet, yeah, so.
What's the setback? Is it just time? Is it just like this is not going to be an easy process?
This is where what you were saying, you didn't realize either the amount of damage, or the amount of water involved.
Yeah, just realizing how vast this is.
That's why you're tapping into your iron
enduring.
Because takes such immense amounts of energy to move.
Yeah, like it just takes all fucking day. Like it's just like this probably feels like it's just because of the work. It feels like it's taking longer than the journey to kill the damn Jin, just to piece this back together in this frozen moment of time. Yeah, I think there's like a scene probably where we see Boss's sweat sort of pouring down his face. He's I want to make him shirtless here, but I feel like it's way too action hero. Like.
It makes sense though. You don't want, especially when it's life and death.
I don't want to be like
want clothes to restrict your progress.
I can't let restrict. So we can see the actor who's playing Boss had to get washboard abs for this scene, like just. It could use the bare hands. That's true, but I feel like I would be using the asset in the moment. I could
washboard abs.
I already did get a face danger thing. I don't want to redo the roll. Washboard abs. Yeah, I don't want to redo the roll yet. I think I'll keep the bear in mind though. So yeah, we see it, and it's just shifting this huge piece of the dam that broke apart. All the wood is like shattered on it, but the iron band is still together, and I'm pulling it forward. And it's like the most iron I've sort of had to move with my power before. I was used to either my sword or my daggers, so it's moved so very slowly. It's literally like it. Well, what's up?
You still have your sword with you?
I do.
I think maybe like because you're manipulating so much, it's either in front of you, channeling your energy, or encircling you or something.
I love that. Yeah, totally.
Maybe the spirits of the sword and the black iron are trying to help you out.
Trying to help me out. I love that. I also love the idea that the iron moves as slow as a pace that I would actually be pushing it. It doesn't move like Force style. It's literally like just like so like there's a force that I would have to be physically pushing it. Yeah. Pushing through. I love it. This is actually going pretty well. As long as I don't start fucking it up right now, we're gonna be good. So I think
the water starts flowing again, you know.
Oh God. Okay. What's the next move here? The next thing or stat that I'm using to face danger and continue pushing this through. I wonder if
wits again? You got to know where to place the pieces.
Yeah, I feel like it's another wits roll. I believe that makes absolute sense here. Let's do wits. Yeah, just
how to reconstruct this thing.
To make
it functional.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And let's do wits. Let's do wits and see how things go. There it is.
It had to happen. It had to happen eventually. You're rolling so hot.
It is. Oh my God. Okay, so let's toss a miss on here on my mark failure. I was rolling way too hot. It's just a fail. I'm only at 6. That's nerve-wracking. I need to get at least one more push here. So does the situation... So yeah, on a miss, you fail. Your action is undermined by a dramatic turn of events. Mark a countdown box and pay the price. I could roll on pay the price. which could be interesting. Why don't we roll on? What do you think? Roll on it, or do you have an idea? This roll was literally to try to piece things back together. My first thought is
a really mean idea, but yeah, if you
doesn't-
want to roll instead.
What's your mean idea? My mean idea is there's missing pieces or something.
I think the influence of the gin is gone. And maybe like the time stop enchantment is failing or slowly.
Oh no. Oh.
So you are trying to field fix this dam as the water is slowly starting to
I
move
love
again.
that idea. The only thing that doesn't line up in my head is the Jin. I don't know that the Jin had influence on the time stop itself. I just wonder if maybe, even though time is stopped here, I really like your idea. I wonder if even though time is stopped in this area, if somehow, because of what happened with the Jin, the water is becoming unstable.
Or didn't you say the Jin would get revenge?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Maybe the water is starting to break away at the time. It's starting to peel away.
The energy is dispersed now.
Is dispersing. Yeah.
It's actually eroding the enchantment.
I can see some of the water is beginning to yeah. Oh, this is weird. I see the waves that are frozen almost in like a jelly-like form, and as I'm sort of moving some of the pieces back together, I think we get like a shot where it's like in the foreground but it's blurred, but then it focuses on me in the background, and then I look forward over at the blurred objects that's in the foreground, and then the camera focuses back in on like a wave that's frozen, and we see like beads of sweat water like trickling down the surface that's been frozen.
Yep.
And yeah, I think he's just.
Or you can start to smell it now because it's actually.
Yeah. I can smell the water.
Like the river water, like the flowing water smell.
And I can hear. That's the creepiest thing because it's so silent, and the only thing that was audible is the moving of the iron. Now I can start to hear the trickle. The trickle. Yeah, the stress level increases. Okay, that's.
You didn't pay the
good.
price yet, right?
I have to pay the price, which is.
Oh, you do? Endure stress.
Yeah. I'm wondering. It has to be something. I wonder if it is an endure stress. I think it's a stress thing. So let's endure stress.
As the beads of sweat form on the waterfalls, so do the beads of sweat on your forehead.
Sweat on my forehead, my glistening body. All right. I actually have my washboard abs. I actually have high spirit right now, so I might be able to be okay here. Let's do it. Oh, it's only weak. I can only just press on. I just press on, which is fine. Okay, God,
it's there. You're just working through it.
I'm just working through it. I'm just pushing past it. Okay. All right, we have to. Okay, this time it's edge. I don't want it to be, but it's absolutely moving fast to piece these things together.
Hurrying? Yes.
It's a low
dexterity.
Dexterity. It's my lowest stat. It's a 1. That's a 1. Okay. All right.
Come on, buddy. You can do it.
Okay.
You can do it. Oh!
I could burn for a strong.
You can burn and finish.
I don't know if I have to, because here's the thing. I'm not gonna burn. I think it's a tense situation all the way up to it, because in the situation that I'm in, I will get three progress and 1 to the countdown, but that means the countdown is filled. I have to finish this. I have no more rolls left, but I'm at a 9. I'm sitting at a 9, so I'm forced to roll. I'm taking it. I'm just gonna take the weak hit, save my momentum, and yeah, it's just this sort of scene of him just pushing these pieces. We could just see him, just like the furrow on his brow, the sweat as he's putting it back together. We can see him pushing at the water. It disperses in that sort of time frozen part. Pieces, droplets falling down, just ever posing threat to the tower below, to his fulfilling his pact on the other end. And I'm going to go for the finisher.
Oh yes!
Opportunity, baby.
Look at that.
Oh God, what happens on a weak hit? We'll see. Well, on a weak hit for face danger, it's you get to mark progress, but also you have to mark a complication on the countdown track.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, so I got an opportunity here. Fuck. I don't know what I could use the opportunity move.
You could, or you could roll. You could roll for it.
I think we'll roll for the opportunity. Find an opportunity move is the roll for it effectively, and then I get +1 momentum, or I take an action now and get +1 on the action and +1 momentum if that action is a hit. I'm gonna do the find an opportunity. I'd say get some XP. We'll get XP from the vow. I definitely want to save XP for vows. For this vow itself.
He's got failures too coming up. He's got a cash in on yet, so.
Exactly. So I think we're just gonna roll and find an opportunity and see if we can theme it. All right, let's see what we got. You get to drop on a denizen. I don't know if that works. Is there a way for us to theme that? To
Is
twist
it a ton?
Do I need a drop on a ton in this moment? Get the drop on. You know what? I know how to theme this. This is perfect, actually. Get the drop on a denizen. You die. I don't think I'm going to like in here to fight a ton, but I think our opportunity is that we see that scene of him pushing those pieces back together. We hear the water trickling. It all accumulates to this final moment where we're like, is he gonna seal it, or is it gonna be too late? And we just sort of we get like that sort of scene of him almost like letting out that sort of primal roar to push that last piece in, and the scene cuts, and it cuts to a ton inside of his tower. I just realized I don't have the voice modification thing turned on. I'm gonna actually get that. Right. I'm gonna get that going right now, so you're not gonna hear me for a hot second. I'm just gonna have to change it on everything.
Okay.
Voice mod, because I feel like we have to have our boy. I'm gonna go silent here real quick. Get ready.
Okay.
Beep beep beep.
Oh, it's weird with the AC. It's too silent. It's just me and my music now.
Okay. 1 second. Now I gotta go over on Discord.
The eye of the storm. Or the river.
Can you hear me? Ba da 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 da. Can you hear me? No. Okay. Why not? It's not setting up on this side.
Swap audio devices in Discord, which is work controller.
Beep, 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 beep. Okay, so it's being weird. Oh, I did the output device. Okay. Alright, here we go. Voice mod virtual.
Make sure your input is your...
Yep, I had him switched. Can you hear me now?
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had him switched inappropriately. I was switching my output to the thing. I'm like, no.
Oh, okay, yeah. You wouldn't hear anything then. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can hear myself on this on the other side here, and let me get my voices up. So I definitely have a ton ready to go. Stream all clear here. Perfect. Oh, I have to full screen us because we're not visible unless it's full screened. Okay, cool. Discord. All right, sweet. The next scene, we see a ton. I think we see him in his tower. He's in the middle of probably like twisting on some kind of like device, some sort of orb in the center. It's got a bunch of sort of wires around it with like I'm almost like
it's a Palantir.
It's like a Palantir situation, and he's just sitting there like and he's just like he's literally like trying to like what's the word? Not commune, configure whatever device is in front of him. I bet you it's a video game. I think we can hear him mumbling, and he's just,
this confounded thing. Just turn a little to the left.
and he's just going there, and like we could just see a beam of light coming down. There's shadow all around him, and the drop on a denizen. I think we hear Boss's voice as he sort of steps in. I didn't get any piece of the. I didn't get any piece. I want to be able to like throw something on the ground to be like, I fucking did it, like proof of something.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
I know I didn't say I had it, but I don't know if I have like a piece of the Jin or something, some kind of like iron band or something of it. I think it's like it would be cool to have had a token of this.
Yeah, or like a piece of the crystal or something.
A piece of the crystal, yeah. I think, yeah, we just hear the piece of the crystal clatter to the floor, and we can hear the dripping water, and Tom just turns, just like didn't see I had entered his tower. Like, it kind of flips for the situation of, like, he totally knew we were coming to, here I am. Like, I finished it kind of situation, and he didn't even know I was here. And I step out of the shadows. Atan, it is finished. King, king, king. And he turns over. And he looks and he says,
You're back. Unfortunate I was not available to invite you in, but I see you found my door easily enough. And what is this?
He picks up. And I move in and I kind of just like push around, like I'm just sort of like the place is my own. I'm very cocky Han Solo style, like just sort of pushing some of his like stuff around on the table. As I just sort of look down, I say, "It seems as though you have made yourself an enemy of nature itself, indeed, a spirit, water-based, some kind of elemental creature, something out of a fairy tale. Apparently, what's forming the river to try and kill you." He looks and he just says,
And what did you do about it?
says, "It is destroyed." And I kind of gesture to the crystal. Oh no, I don't like this cocky boss. He sounds scary. Yeah, I know, he's cocky. Dude, he's been fucking put through the ringer on this shit. He wants his friend back. He wants out of here. Like, this is bullshit. And oh yeah, we got we did do a milestone. So we're at 8 on the vow. And I think he puts his hands on the ground. Says, on the table. He says, "I fixed a dam too. Everything you asked, it is done." And I think this is a situation where his eyes kind of pierce, because Atan knows he can't leave. Because if he leaves, and the water time will start over and it'll crash down. So this is a moment where he has to trust me. I think his eyes slant a little bit. I think this is where I'm making my move to save you, my fulfill a vow. We gotta finish it here and now. I think I sit on the table, I say, "I fulfilled my side of the bargain, Atan. Now you must do yours. My friend, Kataka. You will free her, and we will leave." And yeah, his eyes sort of squint, and this is the move. This is the fulfill a vow.
Strong hit, motherfucker!
There it is. Vow fulfilled. A dangerous quest cleared.
XP.
Yeah, that's two experience points. We're done with that, Buck. Yeah, I think, yeah, we see him and he looks and he says,
I do not see a lie upon your face, boss. Look at you. You've learned to be honest. And you will also learn that I am an honest person as well. I told you I would free your friend. I already have.
He'll look over to the other side of the room. And we will see you.
Nice.
Freed. I don't know how soon he's freed you. I don't know if it happened like today or if it's been he freed you the minute I left the tower. I want to leave that up to you, because you were just frozen in stasis, kept inside of a room effectively, or you were kept inside of like a casket almost kind of situation.
Oh, okay.
When did he let you go here? And if he did let you go early, what has been your interactions with Atan in the last 2 days it took me to do
it? Would not this character. It wouldn't have been early.
It wouldn't have
not
been
have
early.
done it early. He would have waited until you showed up and you had proof that you did it. There's no way that it would have been done earlier than that.
I think then, yeah, this is This is just a moment where I think the minute the crystal hit the ground, he already knew and just wanted to like make it a sweaty situation.
Yeah.
So by the minute the crystal hit the ground, he knew it was over, and you were already freed. So I think you walk into the limelight. The last thing. So you tell me, do you think you were conscious this whole time? Do you think the last thing you remember is stepping in this tower and now we're up here and here's Atan? What do you think the situation is for Kataka?
Like, if it was just frozen, I don't know.
It's up to you and like how much knowledge you want to have had.
Yeah, if she was completely encased, like the second we walked up, I don't think that there's Hey, what's up, Nat?
Hey, sheep cheese. Yeah, we're Twitch Prime now.
I don't think no, I don't think she would have had any knowledge. It would have been like we were in front of the door and now we're not. So
So how is she stepping out of this? Is she very Han Solo, or do you think it's exactly as you were left? Do you think you're weakened by the time, or do you think it's a perfect preservation?
No, definitely, yeah, because as I would think, if the time was frozen and then it was resumed immediately, suddenly all of that hits you. All of that passage of time hits you. So it
I
very
love
much
that.
would be
All the passage of time hits you.
down on her knees, probably, like hasn't eaten, hasn't slept, hasn't, in that amount of time. So.
You fall to your knees. I have to pause 1 second and thank SheepJuice17 for the subscription tier 1.
So.
Thank
you, buddy.
Nat.
Very nice.
Very, very nice of you. Woo! Welcome.
Oh, you have the nice founder's badge too.
You do have the founder's badge. I'm gonna make a badge, a subscriber badge thing as well for everybody. But you have access to the Ed emote, which is just my head. You want to use it? It's just my goofy head. So if you want to spam it, go for it. Thank you again. But yeah, we see Kataka fall to the floor. The passage of time kind of hitting her all at once, like you said.
Yeah. I think it's all just it doesn't go away. It just catches up.
It just catches up. Yeah, boss immediately comes to your side. Kataka, are you okay? Are you alright?
What's happened?
I've done it. I've freed you. I've dealt with him. You see him across the room. I think his hands kind of here. He says, I've done what he has asked. He has helped me. I can control the darkness now, but he had you frozen for a few days, but...
That's why I'm so tired.
Yes. You have not rested in some time. We're going to get out of here. We're going to leave and we're going to never return. We've gotten what we need from here, and you are okay. You feel alright? Everything is still there?
It's blurry.
Blurry?
Very tired.
You remember entering the tower, yes?
I remember seeing the door.
Okay. Well, we're about to see the door again. We do not need to be here or linger any longer. Yeah, should there be a disconnect between Wimpy Boss and the Muscular Boss? Okay, yeah, so this is a different kind of looking boss. Boss looks like... So last time you saw him, he was probably a little more pale, a little more frail. This boss seems like he's gone through, like...
Fucking ripped!
I don't know that he's ripped, but he's been through some shit. He's been through some shit. And something also very noticeable about him is his arms are almost completely consumed in the darkness. Like the black like completely flows on either of his arms.
Oh shit, okay. Is it like bent light, or is his skin literally rotting?
His skin is literally like almost looks like it's rotting underneath kind of situation.
Oh shit, that sucks.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, it's consumed by the darkness. So he doesn't have his glasses anymore. That's another thing.
He pulls a Spider-Man. He doesn't need his glasses.
Doesn't have his glasses anymore. So the illustration of Boss above my head, he doesn't have glasses anymore.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think I turned to Atan, and I think as I sort of like to have you by my side. I don't think I'm like trying to help you balance. You're still bigger than me. You're still more muscular than me, but I'm helping you balance.
Yeah.
Look, and I could say, well, Atan, I can't say thanks for nothing, but I am glad to be rid of our mutual acquaintance. And I think he'd just say, he'd be curling his fingers as I think he'd say,
Oh no, please, let me walk you to the door. I have so wished for this moment for some time. Let us share it together.
and I look and I just say, whatever suits your fancy. And I open the door.
This guy's a creeper.
Yeah, I open the door, and as I sort of help you walk out, and I look and I say, welcome to the outside, Atan. Do with it as you will. And he just moves through.
Get fucked.
Get fucked, yeah. He moves outside, and as he does, we see the time ripple away. We watch as the sounds return. Almost, it's slow, but it happens within like a few seconds.
Okay.
It's not immediate.
I
Within
like
a few
it
seconds,
like fades in.
we feel the wind kind of hit our face. We hear the sounds, and birds chirp from points that they were frozen in time. Leaves fall where they were going to fall, and we look up and we hear the dam. Just a little squeak. Just a little squeak, and I think Boss, just a little nervous, looks up, and there's just like a moment where we hear it, and then it just rests. And Tan just curls his fingers. He says,
Thank you, boss, for everything you have done. Good luck on your future journeys. And do remember what rests inside of you. I am sure our paths will cross again in time.
it is my hope that we never meet again, Atan. He just smiles. And I get you the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, you gonna shadow away again and leave me behind?
I'm good at the shadow now. I'm really good at that now. I am good at that. His soul
Let me get you out of here. Let's
free.
go. Beep.
You are out. You are out. Freedom
Holy
at
shit.
last.
Crazy.
Do you think I feel like you should get some XP from having to be frozen. I feel like you should also get XP.
Experienced the void.
I think you should take 2 XP personally. You
2
do
XP,
you.
really?
I really think you deserve 2 XP from that quest. I know I was the only one on it, but like you had to be frozen the entire time. I think it makes sense. And I wonder if we should just move right into a make camp.
Well, so I still have quest to find the Death Priest on this sheet.
Okay, so the quest to find the Death Priest should be over.
Should be complete now.
It should be complete. What was that set at? That was dangerous, right?
Yes.
Then that's where you would get the 2 XP, I think. From.
Okay.
That's where you would totally get it.
Do
XP
I need to
from
roll
being
this
frozen.
fulfill vow or anything, or just?
I don't think so.
Clear
In
it.
this scenario, I think you just get it personally because
back.
we've had to get there. So I absolutely think that is well deserved. Yeah, and my overall background vow has changed to discover the secrets, further my discovery of the secrets of Black Iron, and if possible, learn a way to negate it in the future. So I still have it, and I'm be able to manipulate it, but I want to learn how to. I still want to learn how to like manipulate it in a way to make it not be anymore. And I'm doing this in a way to sort of tie into your quest of Lost Home and the sort of the darkness coming from up below.
Okay.
I'm hoping to eventually find a way. I want to tie in my quest with Kataka's quest now to kind of like deal with this coming darkness from below. Atan is probably going to come back being a main bad guy. I feel like he seems to be a big manipulator of the.
I think so.
of it.
Yeah.
I feel like
I mean, it's not like a monk situation where we just walk away from it. This has been, you know.
so.
You guys are intimately linked now.
I feel like he's a threat. I feel like he is a part of the threat. I wonder if by letting him go, we have advanced a threat. By like going through the situation, getting my powers sealed, I wonder if the advance a threat move needs to be made upon his release. because like he would totally be cool with
No,
Lost Souls
yeah,
being
yeah.
absorbed.
I mean, it would be one thing if he couldn't leave, but now he's unleashed on the world. Yeah.
I feel like he is a threat, definitely tied in with. We can tie him in with my sort of threat marker here.
Okay.
Because the threat is that, my major threat of mine is that Lost Home is consumed and eventually the Ironlands by the Dark Iron kind of thing. I'm pulling that from sort of your idea of what's growing beneath it. That was your idea, right? That was your like original.
Yeah, no,
graphic.
because we were talking about it, and it's like there's only one reason her brother would be such a pissant is if he was corrupted already.
He was already
He somehow
corrupted.
touched a vein or something of iron and
Yeah.
was corrupted immediately. Yeah.
So I think we need to make an advance of threat move before anything. Just from letting this motherfucker go. If he starts tickling your mind in your sleep, buddy, you gotta die. No. All right. We just roll. If you give ground to a threat through inaction, failure, or delay, this is effectively that. We've given ground to a threat by like letting him
By releasing it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think this adds to the problem of the progress of Black Iron overtaking the land. Definitely. The threat makes a dramatic and immediate move, or a major event reveals new complications.
Mark Menace twice.
We were at 4. Now we're at 2. Now we're at 4. So he had a huge impact.
That is a big deal. Wow.
That is a big fucking deal. We released a priest that worships the threat. Literally someone who can be like a mastermind to advance it. Like it will no longer advance quote unquote naturally. Now it can advance with him pushing it. So he's bad fucking news.
Or get this.
Well, what?
He sent something with you that you don't know about yet.
He sent
That's
something.
what the torture is for. He planted something. Yeah.
Oh fuck! So you're saying like if I like
maybe he planted corruption or he planted something. Yeah.
something within me to advance it? Yeah, like I wonder. I like that.
He altered the Black Iron somehow or something maybe.
I don't know. I kind of like that. Yeah, the threat makes dramatic and immediate. It makes a dramatic and immediate move, or a major event reveals the complications. A dramatic and immediate move definitely is its release. I wonder if something. I like that idea. I don't know if it pertains to this immediate threat, but I think later Atan's gonna have some kind of sway over me. What do you think? Like something where like he's got the like it's like Magneto Wolverine, like he's got the
or it's fucking Critical Role. It's Yasha and Oban. Like he's just gonna snap his fingers at some point, and you're gonna be like,
something bad. The OG Black Iron is cursing you now from the sword. Oh yeah, we also established that the because of all the new Black Iron that was put into me, my original source that I got from Fool's Fall has retreated entirely into the sword. There's too many voices, and so my original source is inside of the sword, because it's with its wife kind of thing. You know, it's with the elf, and
it hasn't talked to you since.
The voices inside of me, I have trained myself to hone them into my voice effectively, like taking control. So there's no shared inside of me. I control me now. But the Black Iron that I originally took, the Starforge stuff, went right into the sword. And the stuff that's inside me now is the stuff Atan put in me. So he pumped me full of superpower juice, and my OG superpower juice is in the sword. It's probably gonna end up being a good guy who has to save me later.
You're like Deadpool. They accidentally left you in the thing over the weekend.
Oh my god. It is 12. It was 12:11. We're at our halfway point. Are you cool taking a 5-minute break?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's take a quick 5-minute break, and we'll come right back. I'll see you in a moment. And we are back. We have returned. Me and Josh doing just a little bit of talking about where we're moving forward in the adventure from here. But we are back in it. So do we pick up in like a camp scene? Like miles away from Dishmash? That's what I want. I want to be away from that fucking place.
I think so, because we wouldn't have made it too far because she's not fit for travel at the moment.
No.
I mean,
I think we need to get her camped and like rested here. Like is she looking stat-wise? You should have 5 supply because we have a shared supply. I did a hiatus and supplied with Atan.
I forgot she's like stacked. She is
stacked. What's she looking like?
She's got 4 health.
Okay, I'm at 3
not so
health.
good. She's got 1 spirit.
Okay, we need to get that spirit up. That spirit needs to
5 supply, but she's fucking badass, so she's got 10 momentum.
Oh my god! So she's like, it's
well, you remember that? What was it? What was the last thing we did that got me so much momentum? I forget.
We crushed the journey from the Fog Feather Peaks through Rockwood. You got me my sword. Like you did a.
That's right. I found an artifact like an old.
You did a search. You found that. Got momentum from that, and then like you took the. You took complete control of the journey forward because you have like a +3 to wits, and you were just boom, boom, boom everywhere all the way to Dishmash.
So I think the momentum stays.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she loses.
What do you think? I don't know if she loses any. Do you think she loses something?
I think she loses a spirit and a health.
Why?
That would put her, just because of the
situation.
Just the situation, and it's like being put on pause and then fast forward suddenly. How long was Boss in torture?
It was about 1 week for the trial, another week to rest, and then the travel to deal with the whole thing was like a half a week. So 2.5 weeks of time.
2.5 weeks suddenly in seconds come rushing back to your body.
Over a month. It's close to a month, I think.
Yeah, no, she definitely would lose stats. Like momentum is fine because like mentally she's still
in that state. Yeah, I think.
But still.
Do you think it's
one spirit? So.
Do you think it's just 1 health, 1 spirit, or do you suffer stress and a wound? Do you have to make those rolls? We haven't seen some Kataka rolls for troublesome.
Maybe.
I think you have to make those rolls, my man. I think you have to make both the wound roll and the spirit roll. Remember, you failed the second trial, so you had to do it again. Oh, it was more than a month. Okay, yeah.
Oh no,
it was more than a month.
Because if it's like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, it's like just take a couple stat hits. But
both times took a week. Fuck. It was a very long
over a month, buddy.
It was way over a month. I've been here. So I think you're making a roll for hurting. You got to roll for hurting in spirit and in the other one. Do not get corrupted right now. I will lose my fucking mind if that happens.
So
the moves you need to make.
So we've got wound. Where's the wound roll?
So you need to do endure stress and endure harm. They're suffer moves. Endure stress, endure harm, and then a camp roll. I think needs to be made. I'll let you make all 3. It's been too long since I've seen the Josh rolls. All right, here we go. Which one first? Stress first. Okay. So you immediately take 1 stress damage, immediately, and then you make the roll.
So she is at 0 spirit.
She's at 0 spirit
because she hit 0, so it is endure stress.
It isn't. No, it's always endure stress when you take the damage. So even if you were at 5 and took a -1, you would then endure stress to see if things get worse for you. So
I'm so worried.
So let's see, because if you get a miss on this endure stress, you will be shaken, which is a permanent debuff, or not permanent, a impermanent debuff. Let's see that endure stress.
This is spirit. Yep.
So you'll just click on endure stress and it'll ask you which one. There we go. All right, weak hit. You press on. You press on.
Okay. All right. So stress is good. We're just at 0.
Yep. We can't have you getting any more.
We endure
harm.
Harm.
Yep. So take 1 harm damage right now, and then we'll roll on this bad boy.
Yep.
I missed the start. Can't wait for Kataka to see Boss's new party trick. Yeah, we'll see if she sees it. We'll see if we get into trouble.
Okay, all right. Endure harm. Here we go.
Yeah. Here we go.
This is with iron.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like trying to resist the effects. Yeah.
That makes sense. Oh, you'd have to burn your 10, the whole 10.
I have to burn a whole
10. Okay, so here's the thing. If you just take the miss, you will suffer -1 momentum, but you're not at 0 health, right?
No.
Take the 1, my man. Take the miss, mark the failure, because you want to mark failure on your failure track, and you'll only lose 1 momentum. It's not worth burning a 10 down to a 2. Not worth. The only time it would be worth is if you were going to have to mark wounded, if you were at 0.
Okay, yeah. So she only we're from 10 to 9, so it doesn't really matter.
10 to 9. And
so
you should have it on your progress tracks. Your progress right at the top.
I need a dash now.
Yep, 1 dash. 1 dash for that. Did you all receive the XP for your troubles? We received.
I got 2
XP for the quest. Yeah. We could choose to advance. I might do that. I might do that on our camp. So.
Okay.
These are the effects kind of hitting you. You're definitely God. Yeah. How does the miss come through? Like, let's illustrate the stress is weak, so you press on, and then the endure harm is pretty bad. How do we frame fiction around what happened? Go ahead. Yeah. Like, what do you look like? Like, we're getting to this camp. Like, how are you fucked up?
So I think if you're looking at Kitaka frozen in time, she looked the way she did before, right before they were frozen.
Right before
things look normal.
You were just walking
that sort of thing, and then all of a sudden, because no food, no rest, no water, probably like her body is atrophied, so she kind of thins out a little bit.
Okay.
And she's really pale because she's dehydrated.
We've switched places.
Almost, yeah. But it's like. Yeah, because so it's gonna take time to get back to where she was for sure, because she.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hell on your body.
That's
not
hell on your
eating and
body.
Not sleeping and yeah.
I don't know what kind of magic he used upon you, but Atan is far more powerful than I could ever imagine. I had to do what he wanted. I had to be his puppet for his own escape. I have no idea what. The literal earth rose up to try to destroy him, and I had to kill a creature of nature. I don't know if what I did is horrible, but whatever he did to you, I couldn't let him kill you. I had to save you.
I thank you, but I do not have the strength to speak.
Come, we need to make a camp, and quickly.
We will talk about this later.
We need to get you rest.
And yeah, we're gonna make a camp with our 5. I'll make that roll. It makes more sense that I'm running around.
Yeah. There's no way
setting up this camp. We get our supply, which is doing fucking sick right now. I didn't lose any supply on my trip. It was awesome.
Oh, that's amazing.
All right, so let's just roll on this. No.
It's coming back already.
No!
What's the miss?
On a miss, you take no comfort. We rolled a 1! Pay the price.
Pay the price.
Should we roll?
Here we go.
Should we roll, or do we have an idea of why we can't make camp? Dude.
I think it's probably the environment. Maybe now that the wash down from the fact that the water that was already past the barrier of the dam
it
has
swamps
made its
out
way down here, and it totally there's no foliage, you can't forage, there's no wildlife.
It just swamps out
Shitty
completely.
terrain.
The area just gets fucked. Yeah, and
It's
I think
washed away.
Yeah, we see the effects of what Boss had to do here. Already, like, nature is having shitty things happen to it because of having to save a ton. Yeah.
Well, the surrounding area also was released from the time stop, right? So
Pig says he's got it. He's got something. Let's see. And that was my idea. Okay.
Nice. All right. Well, everything also resumed, so things are in worse shape for sure. Because The
yeah.
magic took its toll on everything.
Fuck, dude, we can't. Then I think the only we can't do anything to. God, we can't do anything to make camp. Yeah, I think the situation was just. This land has become barren now. The water from the river that I deterred for a ton, it has filled out in this place. There's nowhere to make camp. We would have to travel miles. You are not in the right condition. We must stop. Take refuge somewhere to the best of our ability. Here, these rocks, these stones over here. We will keep here. At least they are dry. Yeah, just some sort of rocky, cragged area. Yeah, nature...
trying to sleep on the ground and it's just stones and
stone.
riverbed.
Yeah, I look at you. I'm thinking like, so injury or ailment. Do you think like you're sick, kind of thing? Like, do you look sickly? Could this be considered an ailment, like a magical sickness kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't think it's like someone stabbed me like a wound. I think it would definitely be like a condition. She's got to recover from.
You have to eat. And are you able to feed yourself, you think, or do you think boss needs to help you?
Well, we still have supply.
We do. We absolutely do.
Should we, instead of, because camping is just to replenish supply, right? Could we burn supply, just some of the supply we have stocked?
So the only thing that we can do mechanically, because your stats are down in heal and in your health and in your spirit, correct? That's where your stats are hurting. We can heal the health. There's nothing we can do about the spirit unless we can make camp. Like a spirit is morale. But if you're hurting, we can heal, and if you have an ailment, which is a magical sickness, we can say simply that the food is like we need to get some food in your stomach, like you haven't eaten in a month, maybe months, kind of situation. Yeah. And if we fail and we pay the price, we get hurt in the supply area. Don't you think? That makes sense. Like if the heal fails.
Yeah, that's the simplest way to do it.
And if it succeeds, your care is helpful. You would gain 2 health, and if you get a weak hit, as above, but you suffer 1 supply or 1 momentum. So it already has to deal with supply. Yeah, heal already ties in. This makes sense. This is you getting some food in your stomach. Unfortunately, we don't have a fire to like make it. Like,
we're in the north too.
Yeah, you're eating trail rations at this point that are like a month stale. So go in for it. I don't think there's any advantage to secure here. I think it's just a heal. Do you think you're doing it yourself?
No.
It's wits or iron, no? Okay.
It's got to be Boz because she's so weak.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to like find a way to at least get her stable. Yeah.
You'll need to eat. Come here. And I try to like crumble up the food, like make it more edible so you can chew. Your body is atrophied. The time in stasis has not treated you well. Magic is damnable. And he'll prepare whatever he can, and he will attempt to heal for you here. Fucking iron is 2 for me, and so is wits, so it doesn't matter. So I think it's just wits. Just try to be smart about making the food no longer stale, make it editable.
Or assess her what's happening.
Pour a little bit of water. Yeah, assess what's happening. See that like you haven't had food or water. Put a little bit of water into the bread and make it moist, so that it's editable. You could swallow it, like kind of thing. So I think it's wits. I think it's wits. Please don't let me fuck up my friend. All right.
Wouldn't be the first time. Come on.
Oh, I have to mark that make camp, by the way.
Oh, the miss?
Okay, this is okay. This is okay.
Okay.
This is okay. All right, so I'm gonna mark my miss really quick so I don't forget that. But this situation is okay. We will lose a supply. We'll lose 1 supply. We're down to 4. Actually, I'm gonna take a hit in momentum. I think it just takes time. I don't want to... Nope, supply makes more sense. Fuck. I don't like it, but it makes more sense. I hate it. Because we're literally using our supplies.
Well, maybe the way that... Yeah, that and the way that he's trying to prepare the food.
I think...
the supplies actually. Mm-hmm.
I think supply makes sense here. So, as above, but we suffer. So, but as above means you heal for 2 health. So
sick.
the
Yeah, I'm at
food,
full.
yeah, the food is good. I think I can get you into a state where you can rest because you also haven't gotten to sleep. So
Yeah,
I've gotten your stomach full. Like, I've gotten the food, got the water, gotten you into a state where you can take the water in your own hand and drink it. I can help you sort of tip it up, and I can just see, says, you need to sleep. Just rest.
Doesn't even say anything. She is unconscious.
So the price...
after being fed and
we have yet to actually pay a real price for that miss in the camp. Other than not being able to camp, which we already don't get to
we're
do.
hurting for it. Yeah,
So
we're
I
already
think
hurting.
we're already hurting. That's an automatic from failing the camp. So I think we need to add something to our camp failure. I feel like because I don't think the price was paid. I don't think I think we got a roll. So let's see what we got.
What are you rolling on?
It's to pay the price.
Surprising development complicates your
Quest. Our quest. I think for this it's the situation. I'm trying to make a camp a surprising
short-term
development.
quest? Okay.
Yeah, our short term, because this is paying the price on a missed camp. So a surprising development complicates it. Huh.
So we had everything's already washed out.
Everything's already washed out. We already said that. Was that the surprise? I wonder if it's too easy. I'm just wondering if we're letting ourselves off the hook too much in that make a camp miss.
No, I got you. Like, maybe there's got to be some repercussions for something.
Some repercussions.
Like what? Because
I wonder if this, because the water has come down and you said it knocked down all the foliage, all the trees. What vows do we have at the moment? None.
we haven't been able to take one.
We have major vows.
We're trying to survive now.
We have major vows. Yeah, we don't have any new vows. Discover
These
the
other
secrets
ones
of
are,
the
like,
black
epic,
iron.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is a miss on
End
a
of the
camp.
campaign.
Yeah, this is a miss on the camp. For me to try to stretch how a miss on the camp would result in the secrets of the black iron, it would be a very big stretch. A very big stretch. I think it has to do more with this moment and sort of thinking of the camp as the quest itself inside of it. So here's my thought.
Well,
Because it involves
a
combat.
surprising development, maybe.
Here, I have something. It involves combat, though. What do you...
Oh, really? Okay.
So,
I was thinking more like back to like health wise.
back to
Like
health
because we missed making camp.
Mm-hmm.
The area is fucked, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're okay with missing camp.
Okay.
So,
you think we endure...
I think we weren't able to make camp because
I think I
the
endure.
surrounding area is the way it is, but then
I
also
know. You're onto something. I endure because I don't take care of myself. I just take care of you.
Oh yeah, you're focused on okay, all right.
I don't take care of myself at all.
He's so focused, he's so tunnel vision concerned.
I endure. Yeah, I'll take a 1. I'll take a 1, and now I'm not looking so hot. I'm at 2. And I'll do the endure harm. I think that makes sense. I think like because we can't make a good camp, there's no security. I'm like on watch. Like I don't sleep. I make sure that you have your food. I don't make sure
you're
myself.
point man
Yeah.
because she's out. Yeah,
Because this camp
100%.
is offering no comfort, no shelter, nothing,
right.
and I'm just trying to keep it a shelter for you. And I think I endure harm. Like we see him, like he's up late. Maybe he like scrapes his fucking ankle on something in the dark.
Yeah.
Like maybe he has to like fight off a wolf kind of thing. Like push like just some rabid animal. It doesn't like something like this area is not great.
Or an environmental hazard.
Environmental
Maybe
hazard.
a tree falls or something.
Tree falls down. Yeah, we're in the middle of a kind of a dangerous area. Yeah, something like that. And let's take a roll on endure harm. God, health or iron, they're the same right now. My dude.
Of course.
All right, where's
Come
my
on.
progress? Where's my progress? So I did so good last session. So last session I didn't get a single miss, and this is what I
Really?
get for that. Yeah,
This
yeah.
is karma. This
This is karma coming back.
for you.
So
Yeah.
I lose a momentum from the endure harm. I'm not at 0 health, so I don't have to mark wounded. But yeah, I lose momentum. I think I just spend my energy that's built up to just
Yep.
must protect Kataka. Must protect this place. The roles have switched almost, kind of thing. I love it. I did mark. I just
Yeah,
marked.
it's usually me dragging you through the mud because you're a pansy, you know.
Yeah, I've become less of a pansy in this scenario. I have a cool new asset card.
It's
Yeah.
amazing what torture will do to a person.
So the night is spent protecting you and our makeshift barely a
Yeah,
camp.
because we have no camp, so you're watching literally an open field. Anything could run across at any time.
And I think it's gotta be next morning. And I think we never really
Marked
detailed.
failure, right?
Yeah, I already marked failure. Yep. Let's just sort of detail where this camp was at. Oh, no,
I
never
didn't
mind.
mark my
I'm not even gonna roll. Don't even take that because we've already detailed this. We've already detailed the.
I gotta mark my failure too.
Yeah,
for
go for
missing
the endure.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, cool.
Yep, I got
Forget that outpost thing. I put that in. We already detailed our camp enough without the oracle, so I don't think it's necessary.
Okay.
So yeah, we were just on some rocks in a swamp, effectively. So yeah, I think we wake the next day. Well, you wake, and I see you. I say, "How are you feeling? Any better? Did the rest do well for you? Were you able to get any sleep?"
Color is back. But
Good.
that's about it.
Are you able to stand, walk,
I think she
wield
tries.
your weapon?
And between being weakened and the mud we're literally sitting in,
Pretty
it's
much.
probably like a
I
catch
helped
your
you
balance immediately. Yeah.
Say, Kataka, I do not know these lands. I do not know where we can go from here to find shelter. Do you think that perhaps we need to... Do you know of a place this far north that we can find shelter? Anywhere.
I can't remember.
I do know one lore place that you might know if you want to, if you think you would.
Sure.
You
I'm open to
know,
it.
you know of one of the only settlements this far north belongs to Lostholm, your brother's kingdom.
Oh fuck.
Though
Great.
it is thoroughly it's not abandoned as much as it's not really. It's considered to be so far off that it doesn't really matter anymore. And when you think of this place, you only have to think of one thing: the Night's Watch. Okay. Just think of the Night's Watch. You know,
Wall of ice.
you know of Red Watch Gate. That would be the one place you would actually. I think
Wait,
you would have
so
to
where
know.
on this map then? Where are we? Because Dismashq, we just
We're like
ran
probably
from.
right over here. Like we've
Oh
got
my
to be.
God,
Like,
that's such a long way.
it's crossing. It would be a difficult journey because it's still inside the same area. Because Red Watch Gate shares a border with
Okay.
between the two.
I like how you just went.
It shares a border. It's there because I don't like how close the word Red Watch gets to the thing.
Oh, okay.
So illustrated wise, it's within half of it is within this side of
Okay.
things within the we're not in the what area are we in? Yeah, we're in the Veiled Mountains. Big ass axe man. He is and his endearing wyvern. Yeah, that is the location we left Ikram, which is kind of cool. But that is one location I can say for sure you would know. But if you want to make up a thing or if you want to roll,
I mean, no. If you, especially if you say like that is somewhere we would know.
you would know it for sure because it is a bastion of Lostholm. It is literally the last gate, the last outpost north. And it
No, totally down to that.
it's probably, I'm gonna say right now, because you've been to the Shattered Veil, correct?
The waste.
The Waste. Sorry, the Waste. You've been
Silver
to the
Waste
Shattered
or whatever?
Waste. You've been to
Yeah,
the Shattered
Shattered
Waste. The Red Watch
I said
Gate.
Silver Waste.
yeah,
I'm thinking Guild Wars.
I know. Red Watch Gate is
I
the
always
one.
it's a Guild Wars thing, but it's not.
No one else knows if this area hasn't been traversed enough. We've kind of established it in the lore that nobody knows, at least nobody in the Havens and Lostholm area, which is kind of where we're from. Like Fool's Fall is still in that dominion. The only known passage to the north is Red Watch Gate. That's the only one
way to
known to us.
So we're gonna have to double all the way over to. Yeah.
Red
to
Watch
even get
Gate.
through the border.
Red Watch Gate would be unless we want to try to find a new way through.
What makes that border? Is it a steep mountain?
Mountains, a steep literal Game of Thrones wall. Like
Gotcha.
giant mountain range, effectively.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's just a moment where boss is asking anywhere where we can take refuge. I don't know how long we can survive out here in this place.
That is
You have-
one place. But just far from here.
It is
It's
a
the only
place.
way further north.
That is where we must go. You have helped me on my journey. I can control this now. I feel like I have more power than I have had most of my life. You have done a great
do you mean?
deed for me. Atan, whatever he did to me, the trials I went through, he put more of the iron in my body and tested me to withstand it. I can control
Trials?
it now. You have been asleep for... out of commission, frozen for months. It is why you are weakened. I could not free you. Atan was too powerful. I am sorry I put you in that situation, but I would have never gotten there without you, and what I learned from Atan, obviously had to trade for his freedom. I don't know what the repercussions of that are, but I can control the iron. It will not take me. I am the ruler of my own body now. And my strength is yours. I owe you for this. Whatever your purpose here is in the north, you have my sword. My life is yours. Until I fulfill what you need to get done here in the north. My life is yours.
Yeah. Then we make for Red Watch Gate.
I will
That's
do
our only
everything
way
in
to
my
get
power.
north.
Good. I think I know how we will get there. I'm going to advance. I'm going to do a move right now.
Oh shit.
I am
Oh,
going.
fuck. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
I am going to take the advance move. When I focus on my skills, receive training, find inspiration, or earn a reward, or gain a companion, I may spend 3 experience to add a new asset, or 2 experience to upgrade an asset. I am going to upgrade one of my assets. I'm going to upgrade the asset that Pig wrote for me. And
Uh-oh.
I'm going to take the Iron Horse.
Summon a large black iron war horse to aid you and take on its swift trades. +1 to all speed related edge rolls. Okay.
Mhm.
+1 to undertake a journey when traveling with your horse. Sacrifice momentum to add bonus distance. Oh, 1 per tick. Holy shit. Okay. A miss on said rolls will disable it, and all benefits for
For 3, yeah. For 3 moves.
So you're fucked for 3 moves after
for
that.
three moves pertaining to the I would say pertaining to the move I was making.
Okay.
So
So like the journey moves. Yeah.
so the journey moves would be I just couldn't use it. So yeah, I think he'll just and I I'm sorry, but you have to introduce you to badass boss. I think he just pulls up from the ground of the swamp around him, and you see him pull what is the iron from the rocks below us. And as he does, you see it accumulate before you in the form as he closes his fist of but here's the thing. It wraps its way around him, and you see the iron pour into his flesh underneath. And as it sort of seeps in, all of it underneath his skin, you see him sort of get shrouded in the darkness that spills out of his arms. And he literally, you see, as it forms around him, the bands of the darkness shape him into that of the like it sort of looks almost like a ethereal kind of dark force.
Wow.
And yeah, no speech, just majestic horse before you.
What is this magic?
Stamps in the ground.
How big is this horse? What's the size compared to Kataka?
Big free. It's sized for you. I think it's Kataka's size. I think it's Kataka's size for sure.
Is there a saddle? Is there a saddle? Is there like a barding?
Dude,
Does this thing look like a doom horse from hell?
It is a doom horse. Fuck yeah, hella big. Like, this is the World of Warcraft mount. Like,
wrapped in like skeletal ribs or something.
Dude, the Iron Horse. Yeah, I'll spend my 2 right now to take this
iron
move.
Skeleton.
Fuck yes, dude. I'm gonna be able to get a 4. I'm gonna be able to get a 4 on the journey, because I'm gonna use my shadow. I'm gonna use my shadow to journey this shit. What do you do? It'll be a 4, bro. It'll be a 4. I have to use shadow. I have to. It's the best here.
We've been fucked every time you use shadow.
Listen, it's a 4. It's a plus 4, my man. Listen, if it
will
succeeds,
find a way.
If it
you will find a way.
If it succeeds, I can sacrifice momentum to add distance. Now here's the thing,
you're gonna roll double 10s.
Because that's so OP. So this is the thing. Because it's so OP, I'm gonna and Pig gave me permission to sort of edit this as we go. I think I can only do that one time for 1 extra tick, and I have to say I'm doing it before I make the roll. That way there's a sacrifice involved.
Yeah, so you're not like...
That way I'm not like, minus 8 momentum, and I make my way like just crazy far. Like, that would just destroy every...
Once per move.
Once per move, I think works perfectly for this. Like, wow, it's perfect. So... I'm gonna take the momentum hit. Are you getting on this ride? Are you getting on this crazy ride?
Yeah, I think that's the thing too. Is I think she tries to pull herself up.
Okay.
And almost can't.
He'll lower best he can.
Yeah. So you would have to like lower for her to be able to.
Fucking Aragorn style, like get on the ground. I'm watching those movies right now. Yeah, I get. Literally, I just paused at that scene where the horse gets down. It's so funny. Yeah. Get down. He'll get down. You can get on there.
Yep.
All right, and he'll lift up your weight easily supported underneath.
I'm so nervous.
This journey is in the same area, but because it is in the same zone. It's still a long journey in the same zone, so it would be dangerous. So I think I'm gonna set our journey.
You're tracking it then?
Yeah, I'll track it. No problem. If you're cool with that. Do you want to track it?
Yeah. No, that's good. No, you track it, because if
journey to
if
the
I have
gate.
to duck out for whatever reason.
Well, if you duck out, I'm doing other. I'm gonna play with my other characters. I think from now on, so we'll be good. But I'll also take it. So it's a dangerous. I took my momentum hit, and I'm going to use my asset Shadow Walk. So I'm literally the way we detailed this before is literally every shadow is used as almost a way to shrink time, almost like Minecraft in the Nether, like shrinking, like I'm moving through like a different space. So it's less
shadow
space. Mirror. Yeah, it's like so it's literally like and I'm doing journey with shadow. If I do have to endure stress and mark progress twice on a strong hit. And because I have the momentum, we'll get an extra tick. So we're gonna fucking skyrocket, my dude. We're gonna skyrocket here. So
is this a flight thing? Like
I don't know. I think it's on land. I'm imagining it on land. It's just every time we find a shadow.
Are you dimensional shifting?
It's like dimensional shift.
Of shadow or something.
It's dimensional shift, 100%. 100%. My only worry is if you endure stress.
She's a zero spirit. So,
I really don't want you to, but I'm wondering if this goes poorly, you do. If it goes poorly, you do.
I think so, because
do bad on the roll,
like Black Iron just came out of all that shit, and then riding this weird.
If I don't do well on this roll, it totally does. It totally will do shit to you and me.
I don't want to be shaking. Dude.
I know, bro. It's not permanent. Okay. So Undertake a journey. We're doing Shadow Walk. And we're getting a +1 because we're also using the Iron Horse. Man, these fit together really nice. Also remember, you need to take a rest before you can switch between your forms. So if you get caught in a fight on the journey, then you don't have the strength of the bear. Perfect. I will remember that. So you do have to take a... Is that a make camp or a... I'll let you answer this if I need to do a make camp or a sojourn before I can switch forms. You let me know. We're gonna do Iron Horse, and we're gonna stick with Iron Horse. Okay. So I can't bear. I won't be able to bear mode until we get a rest of whatever the pig thinks. I think Sojourn would be more brutal. That's a make camp, Sojourn or hiatus. Okay, perfect. All three. That makes sense. All right. So then let's get this roll. I got a +4. Nothing can go wrong. Oh, baby! You're not getting stressed out, my man. You're not getting stressed out. So this
I didn't know that until you rolled, so...
This means... I know. We weren't sure, because the dice can always go against us. This means that we get... so we already got... So with this, it was going to be a dangerous journey, which means we would have marked 2 progress. But we're going to mark 2 progress twice. And oh, I see what okay, I see what he wrote here. So it was -1 momentum for a single tick. So every momentum would add a little tick to it. So only one tick. That makes more sense. So it's instead of it being, I was thinking
it's not a full half.
It's not a full progress. It's just a tick. Okay, cool. I like that. I'll spend I would have spent 2 for some. Well, I had 4, so it was only worth it. I'll just go down to 0 momentum to fucking crush it for an extra 1. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the journey. We get 5 on the journey. That makes complete sense. Okay, cool. I love it. We fucking crush it. So because it... Oh, and I have to endure stress no matter what here, which is 1, because I use my shadow. I believe, except if I do endure stress and mark progress twice. So let's endure the 1 stress. So I'm down to 4, and then I have to do a quick endure roll. Beep. Spirit sounds good. We're good. Okay. Strong hit means I can mark progress, take plus. Wait a minute. Endure stress is. I could suffer momentum in exchange for a spirit or embrace the darkness. Shake it off if your spirit is... Okay, I'll just take a momentum. I'll just take a momentum and embrace the darkness. Totally, I embrace the darkness on the way. I love it. So, go ahead and roll where we end up. And I want you to totally describe what this looks like. Us coming out of the nether or whatever.
That's a roll.
Because you're on this horse, so I totally want you to...
How many rolls do you want? Just 1?
I think let's do a location first, and then we'll get some descriptors for where we end up.
Okay. So we're going doop.
A mountain, broken and dense. So a shattered mountain. There's a lot of mountains around here, so it makes a fuck ton of sense. So a shattered mountain. Can we get a name for it? Can you toss out a quick name? Really quick. Frost Crag. Okay, cool. I like it. Let me see if I can grab this. Copy. Frost Crag. So it's broken and dense. So this thing's like shattered in half kind of situation. Why do we think it's broken? And so dense. I wonder what that. I wonder if it just and when I think of dense, what I think mountains. Like inaccessible.
For mountains? Yeah.
I think
or maybe just the there's no path, there's no pass between. It's just endless cliffs and peaks.
Okay, yeah, I love that. Do you think it's just sort of a natural lay of the land, or do you think there's some there doesn't have to be
Yeah, maybe like the only
reason.
thing we could find would be like a steep wall with maybe like a cave, like a hole in the side that was blown in or something. Or...
To attempt to make camp. Please describe to me what this looks like of us coming out, like finding, our campsite.
So
because you're on a horse. I want you to give that badass description. You're on a badass iron horse.
I'm trying to think. So you're phasing in and out of shadow.
Yeah.
I would assume you don't need to contact with the ground at that point. So we come out over a chasm. It's just, like the ice chasms you see in Antarctica. You don't know how deep they are, but you look down and it's just there's no bottom, and it's gonna be like that.
Oh.
Opposite of us, there is straight cliffs straight up. It's all not smooth. It's very.
We're in a place that would
rough.
be so difficult for like people to actually get to. So I love that.
Yes.
I love the idea that we're coming out
Yep.
of the wall kind of thing.
Yep. And so seeing either the weather or the cold or something has broken into the cliffside of this stuff, and there are chunks that have fallen out or are in the process of separating from the land. Maybe there's earthquakes. Maybe we're on a fault of some kind.
Oh yeah, dude. This place is totally on a fault. Just a sec. On a fault. Yeah, I'm just gonna put that there.
So the earthquaking combined with the deep.
We know what happens if things go bad here.
Yep. So combined with the deep cliffs and stuff like that, it's all been either shaken up or cracked just because it's so brittle on the sides.
Okay.
You find an outcropping with a cave, some sort of inset.
Yeah, I think as we step out, we would see at one point you step out of the. I'm imagining you step off the horse at some point, and the minute you do, it'll just like form out, and like basically it's effectively like two of the front hooves turn into my feet. Like that's where I form sort of seamlessly back, and I as I do things. I believe we found a good place to rest.
She's gonna walk over to the edge and kind of like peer over.
Nothing's going to find us here.
No, I don't believe so.
Come. Let us get some well-deserved security for once. It has been a long time.
Yes. And I think probably pulling out torches and just setting packs down and unequipping and the hammer and everything, just taking a whole load off.
We have to take a load off. I think there's one more move, and I totally want you to make it. Because I made the endure stress. I think we want to make a camp move. Leave it off on.
Yeah. Because that counts as whatever.
There's
we're doing.
no way we're resupplying up here, by the way. So I don't think we can do that. We're at 4 supply.
Yeah, right.
By the way, we're at 4 supply. So definitely make sure you're at 4. Because our supply is shared.
Oh, we're at 4. Okay.
Yep,
yes,
we're
yes,
at 4.
Yes.
I think this is the Kataka Ghost Rider.
Okay, make a camp.
Yep. Let's see how we do. Okay. I wanna get these bonuses now before I wanna complete this move.
Choose 2. Yep. I am going to take the 1 spirit. I need it.
By the way, something I learned about this move, when it says for you and any companions, we are not considered each other's companions. Those are the companion asset.
Oh, that's like mercs.
That's for the asset if you have the actual asset. Remember, you also have 2 points in your XP. Do you have more XP than that? How much XP do you have?
I have 3 total.
You could get a brand new asset if you want, or upgrade another one for 2 that you already have for 2. So definitely keep that in mind.
Instead of any of these, or all of these apply as well.
You can get a brand new one for 3, or upgrade one for 2.
Okay, so I'm gonna up my spirit.
I'm going to up
my
health.
Momentum, because it's the only thing that makes sense. My health is full.
I'm going to take 1 health and 1 spirit.
Momentum, dude.
I'm gonna do health and spirit, dude. Health and spirit for sure. I want to cap out on spirit. I need it to look good. Okay, that's everything I'm taking. I like how you described it. How we're literally taking a load off and getting everything set up. That's kind of the final scene.
Just looking at where we are set up now is.
We're very secure.
There's no way anything could happen.
We are up here. We are secure. We finally get a respite, and we actually get to end this episode in a safe place. Woo! So that'll be nice.
And I'm awake.
You're back.
I'm alive.
And hopefully we can get you for next week. If we can't, I will be immediately advancing the Ikram storyline, just because we're heading there, and I don't know. So I want to know where they're at exactly. So in the case that you can't make it, I'll advance the Ikram storyline. But Were you before we close out? Were you thinking about an asset? I just heard you go, "Oh man!"
Oh yeah, I was just looking at these.
The bonuses, the ones you don't have yet.
Advance one or add one. Yeah, I haven't looked through the ones that.
I've been taking to upgrading the ones I have versus brand new ones, because brand new ones tend to just have a brand new host of problems. I don't know that I'll be getting a new one for a while. I'm pretty happy. I have Iron Horse and Iron Bear on this, so let me just mark Iron Horse and Iron Bear. I'll have to write a journal for the session, or I can build one for Josh. Pig could build your custom one too. So this the Star Force Resonant is custom. I really love the idea of like something, because the Star Forge Resonant sprung from something happening in the story, and now that we're kind of turning from boss to putting more spotlight on Kataka and like Kataka's goals, I wonder if we can introduce some story elements that can inspire an asset. So you could save the points for something like that. You'll get more in the future. But I love the idea of the custom assets being inspired by story.
Why don't we hold that? Yep, for sure, and then we can...
The minute a story thing feels good, and Pig will shout it out too. He'll be like, "That could be an asset." He'll totally do it.
I'll hold those XP for
yeah, you can also go for a rarity. So I haven't upgraded a rarity yet, but rarities are cool, where you effectively take an asset you already have and you augment it to be better, and it will be rolled with a it'll be rolled with a rarity. No, not the 3 full check marks. A rarity is something that you describe an item as a rarity. I have one, but haven't upgraded it to a rarity yet. It's an opportunity for it to be one. My my arrow bow thing, where I can like actually shoot stuff, and the rarity die has its own sort of bonuses added to it. You get a special dice that you want to roll, and if you were at a physical table you would, and it just has better bonuses. Like if you roll a 6 on it, I believe you get like really good shit. Like if you roll max, you get like a mega crit or something. So it's pretty cool. So you can like take something you really like and make it shinier. That's the other option with XP. Very, very cool. All right. Well, I think that's everything. Very cool, Josh. Thank you so much for joining me, man. It is fun to have you back. I've missed you.
I need some D&D and Ed in my life. Yeah.
The solo stuff's almost more stressful. With you here, all the moments where I feel like I have to fill the space, you're there, and I'm like, this is so much more relaxed. Josh is here to make stuff up with me. I'm so much happier with that. Yeah. Oh, big hearts. Thanks, Sheep Juice. Very cool. Thank you to those who joined us for Skilla, Sheep Juice, and Pig. Thank you again, Sheep Juice, for the tier 1 subscription. That's super nice of you. I appreciate that. I don't think we had it. Oh yeah, Limited. Thanks for stopping by too, bud. Even though you were trolling me, you nerd. Fucking Dennis. Very cool. And anybody else who stopped by, super appreciate you hanging out. If you're watching this over on YouTube, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. And if you are from the Discord, samesies, hope you're doing well, friend. Anybody's watching who hasn't checked out the Ironsworn Discord, is interested in Ironsworn, give it a look-see. For Skilla! Oh wait, Zero gifted a sub for Josh, thank you, Zero Lambda.
$35.
Oh man, thank you, Josh. You too. Stop that. Stop that.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Just continue closing. You weren't supposed to see it.
Yeah, well, I did. I get a sound notification. Thank you for the sub, and welcome for Skilla. Welcome. Thank you to Dan High Music for hosting us with your amazing music this evening. Super appreciate that. Mike Olson, who makes some kick-ass stuff over on YouTube. Go check him out. Good shit. And thank you again, Sean Tompkins, for making such a wonderful game. Ironsworn's free. Pick it up if you ever want to check it out. It's an amazing game that you can play with your friends or by yourself. It's a good time. All right, very, very cool. I think that's everything, friends. Y'all have a good rest of your week. I will see you Friday. I might stream midweek sometime, so if you see me, stop on by, say hi. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.